Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, Bashem Rakak Wadash. My name is Chicago from Plaintables Camp in Philly. Now, when going over the scriptures, many people, especially Edomites and Edomite sympathizers, those are they're called so-called Caucasians, they call themselves white, which that's a incorrect name, a misname. They have this feature called cognitive dissonance. It's a noun in psychology that state of having inconsistent thoughts and beliefs, inconsistent thoughts, beliefs, or attitudes. All right, meaning they say they believe in the Bible and they dismiss the evidence in the Bible that who the world calls Jesus Christ. Let me pull Jesus Christ up right here. Put Jesus Christ in there, and that's what came up. Depictions from not the Bible, not the Bible. The only thing that's in the Bible that has this image when it's describing something in the scriptures, you got a few places. You have Genesis 25:25, and you have First Maccabees 3:48. It says, "And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images." And also has one in Job, where it says, "Cover the faces of the judges." All right, but this image and the people that look like this they're not the biblical Israelites, and they continue to have let's get that cognitive dissonance up, the inconsistent thoughts and beliefs, because they say they believe in the Bible, but they ignore the things that are in the Bible. They always try to rationalize what the word means outside of what it actually means when you look the word up. All right, I try to say, nigger or nigger, it means that he was rich. That's brother Simon was rich, or Simeon was rich, or he owned a lot of land. So a surname you could call him nigger. All right, the word is referring to how the brother looked. All right, say it's possible that that's what it was talking about, but it may have also meant he was very rich in land. He owned most of the land, all right, which is insane. We look up. Let me read the scripture first. This is John 8:44. "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do." This is talking about the Edomites, the devil. All right, the Romans, who were the chief ones at the time. All right, "He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it." So every time Esau opens his damn mouth, and sympathizers also that join unto him, and they lie about the scriptures, it's the lie that they came up with. Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. So this is songs that Solomon wrote. All right. So you're going to jump down to the fifth verse. It says, "I am black and beautiful, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon." All right. Now when you look it up, it's Shakawara Anaya wa Na'awa. All right, which means I am black or dark-skinned, I and beautiful. All right. Then he names other things that are very dark. All right, Kedar and Solomon had black curtains. He owned black curtains in his home. All right. Kedar. All right. So that's the color in the scriptures. But when the Edomites make their movies and they draw their pictures, every person is always look like an Edomite. They always look like Edom. They always look like this. All right, and that's what you call Edomite supremacy. All right, everything they make, historical pieces. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like bullshit movies and that they can just cast whatever character they want. When they try to get accurate with their descriptions and the clothing, they get the clothing right. They get the menorah. And they get the different ancient vehicles together with the images and the sculptures and everything. They always cast the wrong looking people. All right, they cast the wrong looking people. But when you actually go to the scriptures, you actually see that he's black and beautiful. All right, look it up again for you. We got this Shakawara Anaya wa Naawa. All right, I'll click on that word so you can see it. The root word is Shakor. All right. Now, when you look down here in the Greek, you got Melania. All right, that's where you get the word melon from. Or you got Melania. Or, yeah, Melina. All right, the root word is melis. We got 3189. Do I have that up already? Melis. Yeah, Melina, Melon, Melanos, Melines, Melinus, or Melanos, Melanos, Melon. Go back to Shakor, meaning black. All right, or very, very dark brown is what it's actually referring to when it refers to a person. And when it refers to an object, it's just the typical black, like black ink. But when we're referring to a person, a person can't be actually, it's not actually black, dark like that, but it's a very dark brown, wherein they look similar. So we just use the same word, melon. And when you go into melanin, melina, melon, melanos, melines, melanos. All right, as pertaining to people, you refer to you would depict it as it can be from a very light brown to a very dark brown. All right. Now Solomon gives the description of what brown is referring to. Kedar is dark brown. The curtains of Solomon. Russian icons. Just type that in, and that would come up immediately. And these were all Christians, people that worshipped the Lord. All right, but their ministry became corrupted when they started, wearing crosses and worshiping these actual images. All right, but these are the images that were being drawn, especially in the Eastern Roman Empire. All right, and in the East, like in Russia, obviously. All right. But they had this cognitive dissonance. So this is all so-called religious artwork. All right, this isn't just random like pictures and paintings. All right, every single one of these has to do with the Bible. All right, with the worshiping of Yahweh, although they weren't exactly worshiping him correctly. All right, but this is the images that they drew, and they read this. They read the script. They read the Bible. All right, during the time of Constantine, I believe that's when they put the different scripts together in a certain order. But they had the scrolls back then. They had the laws. They had the Psalms. All right, and this is 14th century, 16th century. So they had they had the book, the scrolls together, from the what we call the Old Testament and the Paul's writings and the Gospel. They had that together during the 14th and 16th century. All right, so they drew pictures or drew paintings of what the people that were in authority looked like. All right. But you're going to either see, angels, you're going to see worshipers, you're going to see prophets and priests. All right. So this is all so-called religious artwork. So why would they draw the people that were in the worship, their so-called religion, all right, of worshiping the Son, Yahweh, and they drew them, the worshipers and the priests and the prophets. They drew them looking like having dark melanin. All right, that's just what it is. That's how they drew the people. All right, you got other theories that say, these images were dirty. All right, so let's get some evidence to debunk that. All right, in my icon book, what's my icon book called? I think it's called Russian Icon. It's the power of icons. Paid a lot of money for that book like 10 years ago. All right, Power of Icons. All right, scroll down to about the middle. All right, this is the painting is referring to what you see on the bottom right. That's that's on the cover. That's also on the cover of the book, The Power of Icons. All right. So this is what the author, who has the collection, said. Right here, the icon is in very good condition. Nearly all the original paintwork, as well as final highlights on the faces, clothing, buildings, has been preserved. Okay. A small dark triangle can be discerned at the bottom left border of the icon. This is a survival. This is a survival from the subsequent overpainting in green and red. Okay, so the point, everything has been preserved. The highlights on the faces. All right, so when you see images like these, like not this. This is all Renaissance and new art. When you see these images look like how they originally looked when they were painted. All right, most of them anyway. All right, the dark ones. All right, that was lightened up. All right, this looks preserved. This looks preserved. This looks preserved. All right. Like all the original paintwork, as well as the final highlights on the faces, clothing, and buildings, has been preserved. All right. So that's it there. We got and this is what they attempt to do continually, to destroy the images and the identity of Israel. All right, starting with Yahweh, and their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. All right, and we look up crucified. It's G4717. I have it up already. All right, we got Sturo. Right here, to crucify the flesh, to destroy its power utterly, the nature of the figure. All right, this is what we're talking about here, implying that the destruction is intended with intense pain. All right. No, that's not what I want. Figuratively, to extinguish. All right, to extinguish. So what? What are they extinguishing? To cease, to burn, or shine. So now it's dim, so it can't be seen. All right. What? Our true images and our true identity of who Yahushua really was, what he looked like. Okay, they destroyed both. They just changed his manner. They changed his mindset, his identity, and they changed his visage, what he looks like. That's how Yahushua was crucified here in Babylon, America. All right. Now, there is a difference between black and when it shows up in the New Testament, especially white, and a few times in the Old Testament. All right. When it refers to white, it's referring to, let me just get it, leukos. All right. Just nowhere does it say the white skin of a person. All right. Brilliant, bright, brilliant from whiteness, dazzling white. All right. So bright, excellent, blind, temporary eyes. All right. Of the garments of the angels, of those exalted to the splendor of the heavenly state. All right. Which is what Yahushua in Revelation, the first chapter, shining or white garments. All right. White garments, dead white. That's if you you start to become pale. All right. The color of whitening, color of ripening grain. All right. So it's not referring really to the color of the skin, except in a negative sense. All right. Now, otherwise, it's referring to this being brilliant, glowing, like white light. All right, it says here Laban. All right. So that's the two differences between Shakor in the Hebrew, in the Greek melanin or melis, melania, which would be dark brown, black, and leukos. All right, they're not opposites of each other. All right, the leukos light refers to something different. It's not referring to the color of the skin, except in only very just a dead being dead or whatever. Not actually the color of the skin. Outside of that. All right. We can move on. I think I have a few more. I think I had Daniel. Oh, nigger. Acts. Let's put it up. Acts 13. I think it's Acts 13. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger. All right, and Lucius of Cyrene and Manasseh, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. I said his brother Simon is called Niger. Let me look up. I have Niger up. Lie. Let's pull it up. Niger, and surname of the prophet Simon. All right, Latin origin, black, nigger, a Christian nigger. All right. Latin origin. Then we look up a few words. Jet. All right. Black jet. Semi-precious variety of lignite, capable of being carved and highly polished. All right. So we look up, I believe that's Daniel, the 10th chapter. I think I have that right. Yeah. Daniel, 10th chapter says, look like burnished brass. All right. Let's grab that. And his body, 10 and 6, Daniel, and his body was like the beryl, and his face has the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like the color of polished brass, and his voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. I mean, Yahushua's voice was very loud. All right. So we look up. We got polished, burnished, polished, brightened. I heard them Yeti stones I showed you. Burnished brass, that also shows up in Ezekiel 1 and 7. Yeah, Qualal. Polished brass. Yep, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. All right. I mean, it was similar in liking. Look, the shoes, or the boots that they were wearing, were shaped in a similar fashion of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. So they were glowing dark brown angels. All right. And when you keep turning the contrast or the color up, it'll eventually go black. And that's why the scriptures refer to the Israelites as being black. All right. That's the description they gave. All right, the authors, our ancestors. All right, Qualal means dark. Well, that's actually, to be fair, that's a translation. All right, the word black is a translation. All right, it really should be very, very dark brown. All right, but you translate something from another language, it loses some of its force. All right, and we had the understanding back then also. So like certain things we're trying to intricately describe now, we didn't have to do that back then. It was already known when you wrote that what it looked like, all right, and what it meant. Right now we're looking at this translation in English. We know we got to go into very specifics and explain things. But back then you didn't. There would be no debate on what burnished brass looked like or qualal. Let's see where you're at. Nakashta. Yeah, Nakashta. Or Nakashath. Nakashath. Alright. We would be arguing what is bronze, what is copper shining look like. Alright, but they tell us that he looks like this. Like what Jesus Christ said. Look like this. This is glowing dark brown apparently. Glowing dark melon. Melas. This is that. According to what Esau says. Alright. No, this is melon. Alright. And you will polish it. Now got the glow. Got the glow on there. Alright. There's other theories about what what that's supposed to be. I think I heard it's supposed to be like large amounts of hair up there, or it could just be the glow, the symbolizing the brightness coming from the Israelites. The scriptures say a man's wisdom causes faith to shine. All right. So either way, you can see it here also with the glow on the head. All right. 14th century. Same thing. All right. I think that's all I had. First Maccabees 3:48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. All right, here's their images. All right, which is not biblical. This is not the image of the biblical Israelites, nor of Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus Christ. All right. Does not fit the description. In any of the scriptures I read, that image of Cesare Borgia, the new image of the Lord, does not fit any of the images of the words, the descriptions of what I've read.